Hey guys, it's Devin and welcome back to my channel. So if you guys don't notice, my quality is a lot better again. I know I explained in my last video that I lost my camera on our trip to Holland to visit my grandma, and they found my camera at the airport. So they sent it back to me. I was so excited. So I'm back to my better quality now. So let's get started. So it's gonna be a list of Bohemian baby names. So it's like Bohemian. When I mean Bohemian, I mean like artsy, indie, earthy, outdoorsy kind of names. I have a list of 40 names as well as with their meanings. So let's get started because that's a lot of names. So my number one name is a word name. It's the name Hope. I think that's just a beautiful name. Very simple, to the point, and has such a beautiful meaning to it as well. Number two is a little different. It's the name TALLULAH. TALLULAH is a Native American name meaning running water, so that's to go with the outdoorsy kind of theme. I think that's such a beautiful name. Number three is the name Willow. I love that name. That's actually the name of my step niece. I think it's just such a beautiful outdoorsy nature name, obviously from a willow tree. Number four is the name Reed. So that's a boy's name. It's a slender-leaved plant in the grass family, but I think the name Reed is such a nice, strong name, and it's an earthy nature name without being like too out there. Number five is the name ZARA. Now I found actually a couple different origins for this name. There was a Hebrew origin meaning seed, the Arabic origin meaning flower, and the Russian origin meaning princess. So all of those origins are really nice, and the first two are like nature kind of inspired. So number five, ZARA. Number six is a boy's name meaning clay, and that's obviously a word name. Clay, which is from the earth and the mud. So I thought that was kind of a cool name. Actually, when I think of the name Clay, like most of the rest of you who watched American Idol back in the day, I think of Clay Aiken. Number seven is the name Forest, obviously a word name talking about forests, so another nature-themed name. I would probably use that more for a boy. Number eight is the name Faith. I actually have a client named Faith. I always just thought that was such a beautiful name, and of course the beautiful Faith Hill. Number nine is a little bit more edgy, I think. It's the name Wilder, and I think that's kind of a cool, edgy kind of boy's name that has like that boho vibe. Number 10 I've mentioned in a list before, and that's the name Sky. You can use it for a boy or a girl. I prefer it for a girl, but you can also use it as the names Skylar and Skylin. But of course that's like a reference to the sky, so a nature name. Number 11 is the name REN. REN, you can spell it the normal, natural way, R-A-I-N, or you could spell it a little bit different, R-A-Y-N-E. But again, that's a reference name to the word rain, and I think that's a very beautiful name. I actually had that on one of my baby lists. Number 12 is the name Love. I think that's such a beautiful name. And I've seen people also use it as a middle name, which I think is also really cool. Number 13 is a bird reference name. It's the name Raven. I think of That's So Raven when I hear that name, but the name Raven is really a beautiful nature kind of name. Number 14, the name Cypress. My step-nephew actually has that name. Again, it's for the reference of the cypress tree. And number 15 is the name Gray in reference to the color, but you can also use it as the name Grayson. Grayson was actually one of the main contender names when we were naming Cullen. I just think that's a really cool, strong name. Number 16, Mama Natural here on YouTube has a little girl with this name, the name Paloma. It's actually Latin for dove. Number 17, I would use probably for a boy name. It's the name Stone. That also can kind of be like a rocker name like the Rolling Stones, but I think that's a really cool, strong, nature-inspired name. Number 18, I actually know a girl with this name. The name is Remy, but it tends to be more for a boy. It's said that it had Latin origins from the name Remigus. I'm probably saying that wrong, which is an oarsman. Number 19 is self-explanatory, the name Bay. Number 20 is the name Wren, which is a type of bird, W-R-E-N. I think that's a gorgeous, very simple name. I think of Wren from Even Stevens when I hear that name, but just the same. She was beautiful, so beautiful name. Number 21 is the name Easton. You can also just use East, similarly to number 22, which is the name West or Weston. I just think those are really cool, kind of outdoorsy names for boys. Number 23, reference to the flower, is the name Iris. It's kind of an old school name, but those old school names are coming back, and I think it's very simple and beautiful. Number 24 is the name Flint. I think it's kind of a cool, unusual name because I've heard the name Flynn and Finn before, and Clint, obviously. So it's kind of like a combo name. Number 25 is the name Poppy. Now this is probably not a name that a lot of people would use, but I think it's really cute in reference to the flower. I think it's an adorable little name. I, being a mom, think of Poppy from the movie Trolls, the main character, when I hear that name, but I think it's a really cute name for a little girl. Number 26, the name Liv, one of the main contenders for Isla's name, obviously in reference to the word live. I think it's a very pretty, earthy, peaceful kind of name, very simple, L-I-V. Number 27, the name Beck for a boy. I think it's a really cool, short, masculine name. It means brook, and I really liked that name. Number 28, the name Cove, in reference to a cove, obviously, and I think it's a really cool short name to use that's not very common, and it's really unique. Number 29, the name Maple for a girl, in reference to the maple tree. That's kind of like an old school name, and I think it's really pretty. Number 30 is the name Ash. I really love that name. Obviously, ash as in ashes from a fire. You could use Ash just by itself. You can also use the name Ashton or Asher for a boy, or Ashley for a girl or boy. Ashley is a boy's name too, I think. But yeah, really cool, very simple. I like just plain Ash. Number 31, a little bit different. This is the name Poet, obviously, for the word poet. Number 32, very nature boho, the name River, and I think that could go either way, probably more towards a boy, but I think that's a really cool, unique nature name. Number 33 is the name Ember. I think of it more for a girl, but Ember in reference to embers from a fire. I've used that on a list before. I don't remember which one it was, but I really like that name Ember. It reminds me kind of the name Amber, but with like a little twist. Number 34, self-explanatory, the name Sage. You do kind of hear that name. It's very unique, but I've heard that name before, and I've met a girl with the name Sage before, but I think it's very beautiful and simple. Number 35, this one's a really cute one like Poppy. It's the name Birdie, and I thought it was really cute. I kind of picture it more for a little girl, so I don't know like when it comes to as you grow up how you would use that, but I think it's an old school name, and I think it's very cute. Number 36, a classic, but you can't go wrong, the name Rose, obviously for the flower, and I love that name, especially for middle names for little girls. Number 37, I've used this on a list before, but a different version of it, the Scandinavian spelling. This is the name Leaf, but for this list, the boho names, I'm spelling it L-E-A-F. You can also pronounce it Leif, L-E-I-F, and that's more the Scandinavian version, but this one is more like nature reference. That's why I spelled it that way, but I really like that name. It's a cool, simple, masculine name. Number 39, the name Luna. You can't not put that on a boho list, meaning moon in Latin, and I think it's a really pretty, short, simple, and sweet girl's name. Number 39, the name Hunter for a boy. You do kind of hear that name, but I always thought it was a really cool, cute name for a little boy. Number 40 is the last one. It's the name LAYTON, which actually means herb garden. So I thought that was kind of an unusual nature reference, but I think the name LAYTON is really cool and unique. You don't really hear that very often. So that is a list of 40 boho names. I actually had more and I had to cut this list down. So if you guys have any more that you would like to include, please leave it in the comment sections below. I know it's like really awesome for people to come here and see also not only my ideas, but you guys' ideas also for names in the comments. So definitely leave that in the comment section below. If you're not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe for future updates. If you're already subscribed, welcome back. Also, please check us out on @DrakesNest on Instagram as well. And I wanted to ask you guys a quick question before I end this video. I really want to have more of an uploading schedule, and I can't really figure out what day and time would be best for that. So please leave it in the comment section below. If you guys have a specific time that is like more of a time that you would be amped to like sit down and watch a video, or a specific day that's better for uploading. I do shoot for 2 uploads a week. Sometimes it only happens once, but I try to get 2 uploads a week. So definitely leave that in the comment section below. I'd be curious to know, as well as other video ideas that you guys would like to see from me. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this video, and stay tuned for my next one, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.